Right. Well, I grew up in a very rural area in upstate New York, more farmland, and the closest farm to us, they used like Honda CT70s to herd their cattle, and they had go-karts and mini bikes. They had all the cool stuff. So that's where, I got to entertain myself using their things because we didn't have anything like that. And from there, once in a while we'd get an old wrecked car and at least try and get it running so we could drive it through the fields, and we called them lot cars. And I was like 12, 13, 14, and we were always messing around with something with a motor, whether it was trying to make a mini bike or use one, or we just liked them, snowmobiles in the winter. And from there, I got my driver's license. My first car was a 68 CJ5 Jeep with a snowplow attachment and orange with a white convertible top, and that was a cool car for me. Went to a 69 Camaro from there to a 77 Firebird. I always managed to have some kind of sporty car, something a little on the classic lines, and I managed to always find a way to get a second car as I got older. I had a 62 MGA and then a 62 Catalina convertible and a 66 Mustang. And these were beaters. I mean, I did everything I could just to keep them running, but to me, they were so cool. But that's what I could afford, and I just always messed around with them. And as I got more successful and, just more successful, I started to get better cars. I've had a few R8s and a Lotus Esprit, a Trans Am. I've always wanted classic cars, iconic cars, and I built this AC Cobra 4 years ago, and I didn't want an AC Cobra with the side pipes or the little mini roll bar. I wanted more of a roadster, and I found SuperFormance had a shell available right when I was looking, and it was perfect. It was black with a caramel interior, exactly what I wanted, and I bought it. And then, I happened upon Jim Murrieta, who was one of Carroll Shelby's original guys back in the 60s. He was part of the crew that put the first 427 in a Cobra. And we talked on the phone a few times, and he agreed to do my powertrain for me. And he was 5 minutes from my office, and he put a 393 with a Tremec 5-speed transmission. And when I bought the SuperFormance, I put many upgrades into it, as you'll see in the paperwork. And after about 6 months, I had a beautiful AC Cobra, and I've driven it for the last 3.5, 4 years, and it's got 2,300 miles on it, and I've changed the oil, put a new battery, and that's all that car has ever needed. It runs perfect. It's super fast. It's super fun. I've never taken it to a track or anything, but that's not what I got it for. So I hope the new owner, whatever use you have for it, you're going to love it. And it's a great car, and I don't know, it's iconic.